Hello, and welcome to a Drarry Fanfiction. This is my redo of a new one, so I hope you enjoy. This one is called Mistakes and Reason Drarry, so let's see how this goes. Harry found himself as an aura, and with the girl he loved. They were seated in an Italian restaurant in Italy, which they apparated to. Harry was holding her hand across the table and stroking it with his thumb. She was wearing a lovely black dress, as was wearing a black suit. She was wearing a suit. Ginevra, Molly Weasley, I love you with all my heart. Will you do me the pleasure of becoming my wife? Harry pulled an engagement ring. It was a simple diamond ring with one big one in the middle and two small ones either side. Gasping, Jenny snapped her mouth and nodded. Of course I'll marry you, she answered. Harry chuckled, smiling widely, and slipped the ring on. He leaned over and kissed her gently on the lips. I love you so much, Jen. And I love you too, Harry. They disapparated back to their house in the Wizarding World. They lived in a small house for the time being. It was decorated how a Muggle home would be. Their family room was next to the kitchen, and the hall ended to two bedrooms and a bathroom. 13-year-old Teddy came rushing down the hall. As soon as he heard them making noise in the kitchen, Ginny had gone to the bathroom before Teddy came out. So, what did she say? He asked Harry, who was now making tea in the kitchen. She said yes, Teddy. Harry bent over, but Teddy frowned. It's Ted, Harry. His hair turned red, talking after his mother's ability. Oh, I'm sorry, Ted. He apologized. But she said yes. Oh, that's great. He sounded less than enthusiastic. I know you don't like her that much, but she could be your adopted mother one day. Harry smiled. Ted's eyes widened. You've adopted me? He asked. Well, of course. Harry ruffled his hair. I would love to. At that, Teddy embraced Harry into a hug. That would mean the world to me, Teddy mumbled in Harry's chest. What would mean the world to you? Jenny asked, walking into the kitchen. If I could be at the wedding, Teddy lied. Harry gave Teddy an odd look for lying, but it had gone unnoticed by Jenny. Well, of course you'll be. You're his godson, Jenny smiled. Well, awesome. Congrats, you two. I'm going to bed, Ted announced, and walking out of their room. Jenny smiled and pecked Harry's lips. Well, have a nice wedding. We'll have a nice wedding, Jenny said, ending her hands with Harry's. It'll be big considering we all know a lot of people, Harry laughed. The tea kettle went off and dropped he dropped her hands. He walked over to the kettle and poured a mug for himself and Jenny. When do you think we should get married? She asked him, as he handed her the mug of tea. Well, it can't be too soon, because work is really busy. But I don't worry, love. Will be worth the wait, Harry said. The next morning, Harry was sitting at the kitchen counter as Ginny slept. He was enjoying his coffee when Ted came rushing into the house. Hey, Harry, is it okay if my friend Scorpius comes over? He asked. It's okay with his parents? Harry asked. Yeah. All right, whenever it's fine, Harry answered. Ted walked out back over to the door and blowed to a boy who too followed. As the two boys walked into the kitchen, Harry rolled his eyes. You could have just told me he was here, Harry told Ted, causing the young boy to shudder. Harry studied the kid carefully as he stood in the kitchen. He was tall, but with greyish blue eyes. They reminded Harry of someone, but he couldn't place it. Well, Scorpius, welcome to our home. I'm Harry. Harry smiled. Nice to meet you, sir. Thank you for having me over. Scorpius smiled. Are you Harry Potter? He asked, and Harry laughed. Yes, that's me. Well, it'll be nice to meet you then. I've heard a lot about you. Scorpius laughed, causing Harry to smile. Well, we've gone to be in the front yard, not doing anything suspicious. Teddy sighed, pulling Scorpius away and back out the door. Just be careful, Harry called after them. After a few moments later, Ginny walked into the room, greeting Harry with a kiss on the head. Morning, Harry. How did you sleep? Did you sleep well? She asked. I did. How about you, dear? Harry asked. Before she answered, there was a loud boom. Shook the house. Scorpius just strolled into water without Ted. Then Ted followed behind. What was that? Harry asked. It was nothing, Ted said. Sorry about my dog. Shh. Riley, no. Sorry, guys, not my dog. It was nothing, Ted said. Who are you? Jenny asked Scorpius. Oh, my name is Scorpius. I'm Ted's friend. Scorpius smiled. It's nice to meet you, Jenny. Nice to meet you. Jenny smiled. So, Scorpius, are you going into your third year as well? Harry asked. Yep. Can't wait. Summer's almost over, though. So that sucks, Scorpius said. Harry, hun, I'm going to take a shower. Jenny cut in. Harry nodded and kissed her cheek. She walked out of the kitchen. So, are you in Gryffindor like Ted? Harry questioned, resting the conversation turned the conversation he was having. Yeah, my dad wasn't too happy, Scorpius laughed. He wanted me to be in Slytherin. Harry chuckled. What about your mum? Harry asked. Oh, I don't know my mum, sir. It isn't my father. It's just my father, Scorpius explained sadly. Oh, I'm sorry. It's all good, Scorpius replied. Harry smiled at the lad. He had lots members of as he was very polite. Well, We're going to go back outside, Ted told Harry, before pulling Scorpius with him. Harry just shook his head and smiling before getting ready for the day. Harry relaxed the entire Saturday and also got some work done. Jenny was flirting here and there. She wanted to discuss things for the wedding, but Harry was too busy to discuss any details. Sweetheart, we just got engaged last night. Enjoy the moment, Harry told her. They were getting ready for dinner. But Harry, the details are important, Jenny said. I told you, there's plenty of time to do that. Plus, we can't get married right away. Jenny just frowned, but Harry planted a kiss on her lips. Scorpius and Ted came out of Ted's room. Harry, it's okay if Scorpius stays the night? Ted asked. As long as it's okay with Ted's dad, Harry answered. Jenny raised an eyebrow, but Harry didn't care. He didn't ask her. Didn't care to he asked her. Okay, great, Ted answered. It's dinner time, anyways, Harry told them, then turned to the guest. Scorpius, do you have any allergies? No, sir, Scorpius responded. He took a seat next to Ted. Harry served roast chicken and vegetables. So, when did you two start being friends? Jenny asked. Last year, actually, Ted answered. I accidentally sat next to him in the Great Hall, and he was laughing when I shot my face into the break. How do you accidentally sit next to someone? Harry asked. He had long hair last year, and he looked like a chick from behind, Ted suggested. Scorpius caught it. Anyway, he laughed, and we started talking and hanging out. That's sweet, Jenny smiled. Ted just smirked. The rest of dinner, the conversation surrounded Harry getting to know Scorpius, or how Jenny's day was. Once they finished, the two boys retired to Ted's room. Is that Harry's wife? Scorpius asked. He scrambled out of Ted's bed. Ted just stood near his bed. No, they just got engaged, Ted answered. I don't think it will last, though. Why not? There's something about her that gives me the wrong vibe, Ted confessed, caressing Scorpius to just shrug. There was a knock on the door, so Ted sighed. Come in, Ted called, and Harry walked in. I take you'll be sleeping over then? Harry inquired. Yes, sir, but when my father comes to pick me up, he wants to meet you, Scorpius said, like he does with all my friends' parents. Cool, that sounds fine with me, Harry nodded. Thank you, sir, Scorpius smiled. Of course, sleep well. Harry bade themselves good night and closed the door. The next morning, Jenny was gone to visit her parents all day, so Harry was at home making breakfast for the two boys, who groggily walked out of Ted's room. Good morning, Harry pepped. Morning, said in unison. They sat at the counter, and Harry gave them pancakes. Thank you for letting me stay here last night, sir, Scorpius said. You can call me Harry. Harry chuckled. But you're welcome. And you're free to come any time, Harry said. There was a knock on the door. That's my dad, Scorpius said. All right. Harry walked out of the kitchen to the door. He swung it open to reveal a familiar face. Malfoy? Potter? Mm-hmm. Okay, that was the first chapter of Mistake and Reasons of Drarry. I hope you guys like it. Now, I did used to have an old channel, but one of my videos YouTube got annoyed with after I put it up half a year ago. Basically, made me to take down my old YouTube account, so all the other followers who were 300 and something, because of my Klaus videos, I'm sorry, they're gone. You can never see them again. I am sorry if any of you liked them. So, yeah, and some people said they didn't, but that's their choice. But anyway, thank you, and